cattle ranchers preg check their cattle? Why not just wait and see what ends up, how many calves you end up with the next year? And I'll bet there are some ranchers who do just that. Why preg check your cattle though? Prevention. What is that? That means when you go through your cows after breeding season and you find those cows who didn't get pregnant, then you can make a decision. Is that because she's not healthy enough? Is it because my bull didn't work? Is it because she needs to be culled out of the herd? She's maybe past her prime. That would maybe fit for me, because I probably am past my prime on that. But that said, animal chiropractors, these are things you want to kind of talk to your ranchers about. Why do you preg check? Because you're trying to save money. You've already put an investment in that cow when you bought her. You've invested in keeping her for this time. Now you're preg checking her to see if she's still going to be productive. And it's time to start looking at the herd as a whole. How effective is the herd? You know, did your bull get a 50% pregnancy rate? Or maybe he only got 20% pregnant. Well, that tells you a couple things. One, it tells you it's probably not the cows. And two, it tells you there's a potential that my bull is fatigued, needs an adjustment, isn't working like he should be. I paid a lot of money for that bull, and now I'm not getting the return. So that's an opportunity for an animal chiropractor to come and help that rancher, number one, not have to sell that bull, but to be able to go back and recoup the money he spent on it. All right. Anytime you buy a new bull for your herd, you should get them serviced by an animal chiropractor who is certified in food animal chiropractic, who understands the issues that bulls undergo, that understands the pathology that can happen to that bull's spine that can cause them problems with breeding. Some of you say, what's the spine have to do with breeding? That's a longer discussion. That's a longer explanation. For those people who need to know, I want you to think of it like, so breeding, the ability to produce sperm, the ability to stand up on your back legs, the ability to perform the act comes from the muscles in the body. And those muscles have no power if they don't have any oxygen or glucose or the frequency of firing of the nerves that come from the nervous system. If there's a problem with the nervous system, animal chiropractic is there to find it and solve it. So why preg check your cows? You're preg checking your cows to determine all of those things. You're looking, it's like your dashboard. You know, is there gas in the fuel tank? Is my alternator light on? What's going on in this herd? And when we get that information, now we're better able to resolve some of those problems. Maybe you've just had a few cows who didn't get pregnant. It's worth it to talk to that animal chiropractor and get those cows seen and adjusted so that they can resolve their issues, because you paid money for that cow, and when you go turn around and sell her, you're not going to make it back what you paid for her. You paid good money to bring her in. You've been feeding her, you've been caring for her, she's been in the herd for a while, and now selling her is going to cost you money. But having an animal chiropractor come and visit that herd and make sure everyone in that herd is working at their optimal level, and just like the bull, that uterus in that cow is a muscle. It is an important muscle for carrying the baby, for nurturing the baby, for helping that baby grow to an effective rate. And what we find is that herds that are regularly adjusted by a certified food animal chiropractor gain 10% conception rates on first service conception and 5% increases on second service conception. That means once you've preg checked, we're looking at a 5% increase in that herd. 5% out of 100 cows, that's 5 cows. That's 5 more calves you're going to have next year. What's a calf worth? Way more than you paid for that chiropractic adjustment. So I think sometimes it's difficult for consumers to understand the economics of raising that food. We know that raising that food is expensive. It's hard work. And the return on it sometimes isn't as big as you wish it had been. One of the best ways to improve the return on your investment in those cattle is to make sure that they have an aligned spine so that their nervous system can do its job, and all those muscles that function to help them walk and graze and breed and birth are working like they should. If you're a veterinarian or a chiropractor who has not added animal chiropractic to your practice yet, especially if you're a rural veterinarian who sees livestock, Animal Chiropractic 101 is the baseline course you need to be able to see those animals in a good way, to be able to take the food production course that we offer once a year in October, and to be able to help those ranchers and farmers raise their profits, increase their income, and decrease their losses in a really big way. Find us today at animalchiropracticeducation.com, where we train you, veterinarians and chiropractors, to build successful animal chiropractic practices.